What's up guys, my name is JDCut5 and welcome back to another episode of the Levante Career Mode. We get straight into things with a couple of offers that we have received for our players. First of all, we have one for Modibo, not someone that I'm going to be looking at keeping anytime soon, but I do not want to sell him at all. More than happy for him to go on loan, but I did want it to be a short term, and we are working out the wages there with Las Palmas. Nice bit of kind of confidence for him to build up, and he'll get some experience on the way also. Tavares did have an offer there, but I feel like he needs to be in the squad with the current injury situation. So we go into one of the biggest games that we have possibly played as of the moment. A really important game in the Cup against Sevilla. If we're looking to get promoted next season, and we really need to be stepping up and competing against these sort of teams. For the lineup, we have Dani Candeias in goal, we have Omdembele and Alyamik as your centre-backs, Sriracha and Son as your wing-backs, Iborra and Vargas as your holding midfielders, Scott in attacking midfield with Nusa, Grant and De Frutos as your front three. Came off the bat of the corner of the 12th minute. Really struggled to defend this one, to be honest. The ball was bouncing completely everywhere. We was able to pick up the ball by a nice interception there and play it off to De Frutos. A nice one too with Grant, and it was absolutely away. I was surprised, to be honest. He squares it to Scott and he slots it in the goal. 1-0. Completely overwhelmed just being able to score against these guys, let alone being 1-0 up. Nice that Scott has his time to shine, and it is definitely about time in all honesty. And this didn't stop there. In the 27th minute, Grant was able to find some space and over the top, and Scott is in again, and Scott scores. An absolutely unbelievable game for Scott, and this is why I purchased him. I knew he had this sort of talent in his locker. It was just being able to unlock, find his play style and just bed him in as slow as possible, but he is getting there for sure. A really well worked goal and a brilliant assist by Grant also. Things didn't stop there, but unfortunately we was on the wrong end of it, and we do concede in the 37th minute. Really well worked goal from Perlink to the wing, straight into the box, and he was finding the back of the net. Should have been 2-2 in the 50th minute. In all honesty, they were piling on the pressure massively, and I couldn't cope whatsoever. We tried to bundle a corner out, and that was probably one of the biggest sitters I've ever seen this year, to be honest, in career mode. All he had to do was tap it, and it was straight in the back of the net. We do make some substitutions though, because I did feel like we were lacking in a lot of fields, and I feel like we were getting outplayed in so many areas of the pitch. Wanted to freshen it up just to be able to allow ourselves that little bit of kind of space and a little bit of pace in game. In the 58th minute, Scott's in again, and Scott does what he does best, and that is put it in the back of the net. That's a hat-trick for the boy now, and just an unbelievable performance from him. Being able to use his pace and strength and everything that he does have as a positive attribute, and he just puts it into his game and pretty much just wins it single-handedly. In the 72nd minute, Tavares finds the back of the net with a lovely volley with a cross from Cantonero. Wicked finish, and boy oh boy does he love a cup game. He's really come into his own with these cup fixtures, and it's been nice to see that he has made some use to this team. Didn't know how much game time he would have, but with the injuries that we have at the moment and the availability in the squad, he is definitely showing his worth as a Levante player. Even though we was romping it against Sevilla, there were times where they would still come at us on the attack. I mean, look at this bit of skill here. An absolutely unbelievable bit of skill. And what a game he has had, in all honesty. He's come straight into the side early on in the year, and he's done absolutely brilliant. In the 89th minute, Cantonero puts the icing on the cake and makes it 5-1. An absolute complete finish. He gets an assist, he gets a goal, and he's only just come off the bench. I never expected this sort of result against such a high-profile team, but I guess we showed them how it was done, and we were able to get through to the next round of the cup. You can see there Alex Scott picking up his match ball, and well deserved at that. An unbelievable game from him, and single-handedly carrying us to the next round of the cup. We do get some transfer offers here for Munoz and Vargas. Vargas, I'm definitely not accepting anything whatsoever, and Munoz has actually been quite good in the side, coming off the bench and filling in when needed. Didn't feel like I wanted to sell him as of the moment. We do go into another cup game straight away after Sevilla, and it is against Real Betis this time. Another strong opponent in La Liga, and someone that I really need to take seriously when playing. It's as simple as that. There's no room for error, and when you do make mistakes, it will cost you. The lineup for this game was Dani Cadaras in goal. We have Sriracha staying in the left back position, but the two new centre backs being Invaso and Brabic. Gallardo comes in at the left back, so I actually have changed Sriracha to the right. Campagnaya and Piplu come in as the holding midfielders, with Sidney Ryberger as your cam. Baldini, Afif and Musonda come as your front three. An early chance for Betis there, and something that I thought I was going to concede straight away, but it didn't take me too long to get on the score sheet. In the 18th minute, Ruben Vezo glides upon the defenders there, and literally, I don't even know how he's done that. He kind of moves his body and his head at the same time, a little bit Drogba-esque in Munich in 2012. A brilliant delivery, brilliant header, and we do see ourselves go 1-0 up in this game. Another game that we've started really well against a high profile side, and it was a really important goal. In the 29th minute there, Real Betis do get another chance though, and Cañeras has to pull out all the stops against Fekir. They have some real quality players, and they did struggle at times when defending. Going into the second half, we make a blinding start and we are able to pick out Baldini, and he is able to find the back of the net. An absolute quality finish from him, and someone that I'm able to rely on more and more. He could have had more goals, in all honesty. He did have chances where he would have normally finished, but unfortunately it wasn't to be on the day. Cantanero comes on as the striker, freshening things up, and Tavernieres and Bamba come in the midfield. And also I make a debut for Ruben. Not a lot happened, to be honest, and they did get a late chance in the 90th minute, but if it were to go in, it probably would have been a consolation goal. Betis did have their chances in a lot of the time of the game, but I just didn't feel like they were consistent enough and making them chances count. That makes us go through to the next round of the Cup, and I'm very shocked to even be saying that, in all honesty. A brilliant performance, we keep the clean sheet, and we really assert ourselves as a team. If we play like this and being able to move on into La Liga, I don't see us struggling whatsoever. Only good things to say, an absolute brilliant performance, as I said, and we move on to the next round of the Cup. We are now at the end of the January transfer, and we do get a late offer for Tavares, but we're not interested until he's really vital for us at the moment, and he's scoring some important goals, so I'm willing to keep him on the side at the moment. The next game was against Real Madrid, and yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. An absolute powerhouse of a side with such big names as Hazard, Benzema, Courtois, the list goes on, in all honesty. We filled the strongest side that we can, that is fit and everything else. A replica side to what we played against Sevilla with. Something that I knew that I was able to perform with, and hopefully I was able to go through to the next round of the Cup. It was a very daunting sort of side to play against, but I knew the boys could pull it out of the hat. Didn't take long for Real Madrid to get their first chance of the game, and they have a free kick. Just go slightly wild with Berardi, and I was shocked to see him on the team sheet, in all honesty. A very unlikely signing from them. In the 40th minute, it does take us a little while, but we do find the back of the net with a blazing run from Grant. Nice to get a goal just before half time, and it was a game of chess, to say the least. Not a lot of chances were happening, and if you got a chance, it was simple as that, take it. Real Madrid did exactly the same in the 53rd minute, and they was able to pick up Berardi and slot it straight into the back of the net. Really nice play by Hazard, and not a lot I could have done by that. That is the sort of level that we are coming against, to be honest, and that is what we got to compete with. It doesn't matter though, because in the 80th minute we do something special, and Grant is able to find the back of the net once again for the second time in this game. An unbelievable finish from him, and he was able to be picked out from Noosa there. Didn't know what to do, in honesty, if to defend, stick with it, attack. I didn't know what to do, but I was more than excited to be able to know that I could be going through to the next round after beating Real Madrid. We literally park the bus, in all honesty, and we do the best to be able to clear any balls that come in and just defend our absolute hearts out. Campagnaya intercepts the ball there, and we do find ourselves in the next round of the Cup. That means we are now in the semi-finals of the Cup, and we are only 2 games away from the final. Beating these sort of teams with no reason to why we can't win the Cup, but time will tell, and we will see who we get in the next round. The last game of the episode was a simulation against Elbar. If you remember, at the start of the series we did lose 6-1. Luckily we was able to gain back a bit of kind of pride. I would say pride. It was more than pride after losing so much. But yeah, we got the 3-2 win. That's another 3 points on the board. And as you can see on the table, we've got a game in hand, and we are more than 10 points clear now. we could be absolutely romping this and we could win this and wrap this up way early on in this season, and that would be really nice, to be honest. I am struggling with injuries at the moment, and there's a lot to be able to change around when it comes to the team. So if I'm able to kind of have it where do it early, then I don't have to worry about team selection as much, and I can kind of field the younger players in the side, and hopefully by then I might have a few players back from injury. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button for when I do release another video. Cheers.